Hello. I think this is going. Would assume so. Yes. Yes, it is. Excellent. Excellent. Well, everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We are here with Sally Testdaughter. She is the legacy of poor, failed Sir Tester, who I was using to test some settings. He met an unpleasant end. I believe Sir Tester was a Formicid Arcane Marksman, was the random combination that I clicked on. Was not very successful. His daughter Sally, however, or something, some inspirational relationship maybe, if not a personal one, is this demon spawn wanderer. We have a pretty good start. We have a dagger of venom, we have a dagger of electrocution, so we have a couple of different methods of taking out nasty things. Hydras in particular, the electrocution will be nice in taking them out since they are resistant to poison. What else? We are very stealthy. We are following Dithmenos. If you're not familiar with Dithmenos, it is the god of shadows. We can, let's see. We can transform into a swirling mass of shadows. Excellent. So we have, gosh, a really high failure rate on Shadowform. So I think that's something we should probably do is... gosh, I'm not sure which of these. Probably throwing. Yeah, that seems fine. Seems like a reasonable setup. Stealth. Under most circumstances, I wouldn't have stealth on at all, but we are a stealth-based character. Though we have very, very high stealth so far, we can always be stealthier. I believe that stealth is one of the... Hey, Dr. X. It's me. I am, in fact, back. It's been a long time. At least 6 months. Right around 6 months, I think. Yeah, but it's good to be back. I've had a very, very busy, very eventful 6 months, and it's been great. But I just now got back to a point where I can start streaming. But it's new and improved. I got a new setup. Let me know if the aspect ratios or anything are weird. I was talking with Stanley Dudrich earlier. He was having some problems with streaming it on Xbox One. So, not sure about that. Anyway, like I said, we've got a pretty sweet character going here. We have a character where our inventory is constantly full because I don't want to drop anything. And when you are able to do that by the layer, you're in a pretty good place. Okay. I kind of want to find a way. I've been really good. Thanks for asking. I bought a house and got a new job, which I love. Things are just going really, really well, and I've just been so incredibly busy, moving and getting things set up and working and whatnot that I'm just now getting back to streaming. But I plan to do this fairly regularly now that it's back. Okay, so enough about me. I would talk about myself all day, I'm sure, but you guys are here for Dungeon Crawl. So, right. So as I was saying, I believe that stealth is a non-capped stat. There's no limit to how stealthy you can be. It's just a straight number that's plugged in when things are checking to see whether or not they notice you. At least that's the way it used to be. I'm pretty sure that's still the case in patch 16. But regardless, when you're a stealthy type, you can never be too stealthy. It's that's right. Okay, so I think let's see. I don't know that. Yeah, it does have the log from before. You can get to this screen by pressing Control P, and that will that'll show your events log. Okay, that's right. So we were fleeing upstairs after being chased by a shadow, which I thought could not follow us upstairs. Turns out it absolutely can, and it will. Okay, so yeah, I think we're okay. Oh, I do want to equip the dagger of electrocution, since venom is not particularly useful against the undead. At least I think a shadow. See, I was under the impression that undead could not follow you upstairs. I think it's summoned creatures cannot follow you upstairs, and some undead, like skeletons, zombies. I don't think, but shadows apparently can. I guess it's not technically undead. It doesn't say it's one of the modifiers. It says it's unliving shadow. Okay, so it's not alive, but it's not undead. It's a piece of shadow. Okay. Okay, yeah, it is higher res definitely, and I can work on adjusting that back down. Yeah, I don't know how to artificially decrease the resolution without looking it up. And I don't want to do that on stream, so I'll fix it later. Hopefully, if there's any text that you would like me to read for you or anything like that. Oh, and also, if you know of a way to, I was wanting to sort of permanently put the chat over, overlaying the, sort of fix the chat on the top layer of my UI. Not for you to see necessarily, because you can see it in your chat, but so that I can see it while I'm playing. If you know of a way to do that, please let me know, because that would be a nice thing to have. Let me just figure out how to push. There we go. Okay. So I at least have it in a separate window. We can get that going. All right. So yes, back to Krull. So we're fighting this unliving shadow, not undead, but unliving. Shadow vanishes. Okay, yeah. So not too terribly difficult. I think it was giving us a hard time because we encountered it alongside a couple of other nasty things. And we were kind of in a hurry. I was playing in a hurry, which you should never do. But I was trying to finish exploring the level at the same time as I was having to go, and it was a bad idea. Bad news bears. Okay, so short story. We found the entrance to the lair, which is nice. We are well set up for the lair. The lair has a very high volume of background noise. There are a lot of shrieks and whistles and underground rivers and carnivorous plants going. Things that disguise you. Makes it much easier than the rest of the dungeon as far as stealthy characters are concerned, which is very nice. More slimes in this level. Okay, so this hill giant was, I think, what we were running from. Yes. Okay, so we have a blowgun. We have a couple of Karare needles. Which I'm trying to conserve as much as possible. Okay, I think we may have to. There we go. Okay. All right. We're at the point, our evasion is high enough that I felt comfortable taking a couple of, oh no, it ate our curare needle. Curse you, slime. Or jelly. That's very disappointing. Curare is incredibly rare, sadly. And it's very annoying to deal with when it gets slurped up. Suggesting one more thing. What is the best practice here? I think we just want to head into the lair. I don't particularly want to fight the soldier ant. Oh gosh. Okay. There we go. I just needed a choke point. I didn't want two things hitting me at once. I think we're okay against Mono Dragon. Maybe not. I don't think I have a realistic idea of how strong we are yet. I think just Potion of Heal Wounds is the best use of our resources here. And then stab it a couple more times. See if the poison will finish it off. There we go. Okay. Oh, that is a good question. Do we want poison resistance? We don't currently have it. We have some leather armor that has it. Yeah, +1 leather armor, poison resistance. Well, let's not worry about that just quite yet. We have Potion of Curing, which should do some work. I mean, poison is it feels less scary than it used to be. I think they toned it down a little bit. It used to kind of be a death sentence early on. I mean, if you didn't have a Potion of Curing and you got severely poisoned, you would just die. But I think they reduced the percentage of your hit points that a layer of poison deals, something along those lines. Or maybe it's a flat rate of damage that it deals. I couldn't say for certain. Okie dokie. Alright. So we're just going to kind of explore the layer here. Get the first level cleared away, and get to the second level, create our stash. That would be nice. Ooh, ow. Okay. What can we do? Well, it's one. Space way. We could evoke a wand of confusion. That seems strong. Unless it resists. I guess we need a few points in armor. That's right, because you need armor skill equal to or greater than the encumbrance rating of the armor to not suffer a penalty to your melee attacks. Okay, well that's fine. How's our shadow form? 61%. Yeah, we really want that available to us. I'm not sure exactly. Let me see. Okay. So it drains our skills, but it makes us invisible and immune to poison, draining, torment, and hostile enchantments. And it halves all incoming damage, and we bleed smoke on incoming attacks. But we lose a lot of damage. Melee is halved, spellcasting power. I assume that's just spell power is what that's referring to. And your skills are drained when you take damage. So separate sources of draining are not effective, but you naturally drain. Okay, yeah, that's super duper powerful. Very, very good escape mechanism. Yeah. Oh. Anything I don't really care about. Protection from magic, maybe? Probably magical power. I don't see us using magical power. Oh, and I'm still wearing a ring of intelligence. I don't need that on right now. I don't think Force Lance is, yeah, it's nowhere near to be cast. I wonder if I'm being premature in training translocations. I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's just it's going to be slow going. I mean, because I don't really want to train conjurations. I actually don't care that much about being able to cast Force Lance. It can be nice. I don't think the knockback effect is reliable enough for me to be too excited about it. I mostly just wanted to be able to memorize translocations. I probably should have memorized Gels Gravitas. In fact, let's we can experiment with all of that when we're done for this level. Okay, so let's Cursed Ring of Stealth. Does that mean that it's a Ring of Stealth which happens to be cursed? I think that's the case. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. We're uncannily stealthy. Okay. So we are at the maximum of the notated stealth. Hey, Zelmy. It's good to be back. Gosh, I have had at least one haircut since I last streamed. I need another one. I also have a different camera, a different setting, so all of those things. But it's good to see you. Welcome back. Sorry, I don't know if you just said that or if it was 5 minutes ago. I need to figure out a way to. I don't know how to. I want to pin the chat on top of the game, so it's always on top. I just need to really set up a second monitor at some point. I can do that. I can do that sometime soon. Not right now. We are not resistant to hostile enchantments, but that doesn't really matter in the lair. We're gonna clear out this first level. Stabbing all the way. I feel like we should be pretty good for at least the first few levels of the lair. May need to go into the Orcish Mines at some point. I'm a little leery of doing that, just because the Orcish Mines are even louder than the lair. They have an even higher background noise level than the lair, thus making it harder for things to hear you. But there are just a lot of humanoids. Humanoids are the best at noticing you sneaking up on them. They're smarter. Sometimes they keep watch, that sort of thing. And there are just so many of them that it's very hard to remain unnoticed. You only really, I mean, unless you go in when you're just grossly overpowered, which I think there's no such thing as overpowered. But okay, so here's where we have to make another decision. Do we want to keep going the potentially casting spells route? I really think we do. I think in the long run, that's going to be necessary. Okay, here are my thoughts. We can go for just like a 3-rune win, in which case I probably just want to start putting points into dexterity and leave intelligence where it is. Or we can go for more than a 3-rune win, which I really want to. I wanna go big or go home with this first run back, because I miss it, and I want to do some extended endgame stuff. or at least have the potential to. We may just end up with insufficient stuff. I mean, we are a monstrous demon spawn, which is a little rough. Maybe shoot for 5 runes. That seems like a good compromise. Regardless, I think intelligence is still the way to go. I don't want to have to invest too many skill points into spell schools if I can help it. The best way to avoid doing that is to increase intelligence because it has the highest impact on castability of spells. Okay, that's what we're doing. Oh, and we also got a point of strength. That's nice, I suppose. Not incredibly useful, helps us slightly with our armor class. And shields, if we find good shields. If we find a good shield. Anything interesting here? Quarterstaff protection. I've never been impressed with staves. Maybe I just haven't found the right staff, but I do have a laptop. I can go grab it if you don't mind. Wait just 1 second. Actually, Dr. X, nothing has changed in the game in the last few months that I'm aware of. I think maybe it's gone to 16.2 from 16.1, and there were a few bug fixes, but nothing significant has changed. There's a lot of stuff going on in the trunk, which is cool, but yes, that's true. Quarter staves early on are pretty awesome. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my laptop. See you in a second. Alright. Mostly I was just feeling lazy, and I didn't want to walk downstairs, but like I said, that's just being lazy. Okay, how can I set this up? I do this, I suppose? Yeah, that ought to work. Okay. Yeah, I have a whole new setup with everything. Or rather, new configuration of old stuff. I'm on my desktop playing, which is so nice. It's a very nice machine. I I really like it. Got it a long time ago. I just never had a webcam, so I used my laptop for it. All right, apologies. Let me pull up the chat over here, and we'll be ready to roll. Okay. Chat. Okay, excellent. All right, we're good. Cool. Okay, so what are we doing? We're on the layer, in the layer, on the first floor of the layer. Polar bear. Layer bear. Yeah, 6-headed Hydra. That's gonna be tough. Let's see where we're going with this. I guess kind of around in a circle. Keeping a porcupine between us and the Hydra. Ah, gosh. I hate it when it's right next to the entrance. We really can't stair dance this. I don't think. What resources do we have here? Not much there. We could teleport and just kind of reset the fight. That doesn't seem awful. We could use haste and just try and stab it to death. Oh, we could go invisible. That seems good. Invisible and berserk, maybe? Well, let's definitely go invisible first. Then let's wield... oh, we have Evocable Blink. That's right. That's really good to know. I think it's still at like a 14% failure rate, which isn't great, but it's acceptable. What I'm considering here is either the +4 dagger Morg, which is going to have a higher base damage but a lower proc damage. I'm pretty sure with a 0 necromancy, pain is not as much damage as electrocution. And of course, the magic resistance doesn't matter in this scenario. I think probably the higher base, or the higher bonus damage is going to be better in this situation. Okay, so here... oh, that's right, we get stab bonus for being invisible. Oh, that, yeah, okay. So that's easy. Alright. Gosh, it has been a long time since I played this game. Okay, so basically, because we're all stabby and stuff, whenever you're invisible, you get a backstab modifier. It's not as good as if they're asleep, and maybe paralyzed also falls into that category of the maximum, like, times 1600 damage bonus. Or not times 1600, but 1600% damage. But as I was saying, invisibility is still a backstab bonus, so it's very nice to have. Another reason why Dithmenos is cool is because we can do that even in absence of a potion. It just costs piety and it gives us a drain, which is a little annoying, but not too bad. Yeah. Okay, so I'm with the Yak, Claviac. Shadow hits the Yak. I'm not seeing any procs from this dagger. No meat on the Yak. Alright, well, let's eat some pizza. Okay, so maybe the Dagger of Electrocution is better? I don't know. Saving my Scrolls of Enchant Weapon for a Quick Blade, I think. Or some other exceptional small blade. A Ruined Dagger. I mean, I guess it could be good. No, a curse +1 dagger. No, we've got 8 Scrolls of Removers. I think that's fine. So maybe the proc is better. I don't know. Let's try it out. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a second. I wonder. There's a sudden explosion of sparks. I bet that actually... I don't know for certain. I feel like when there's a sudden explosion of sparks, that breaks still, but that causes sound. Or makes noise, rather. So probably pain is better. I feel like we're doing okay here. Invocations is at 6, so 50% failure rate on our escape key. Escape button. Okay, alright. So we can go toe-to-toe with one yak at a time. Which seems good. I do not think we would want to fight a death yak, even one. I think that would end badly for us. But as long as we can take our yaks, we can get to layer 4 or so, at the very least. Found a helmet that we can't use. Oh, we found 2 needles of sleeping. I don't know how I feel about that. Cloak. I don't think I have one of those yet. No, I'll take an extra point of armor class. Sure. Every point is important when you're an evasion character. I mean, defensive abilities scale with each other. So, the higher your evasion is, the more each point of armor class is worth. And vice versa. Same thing with health. That being said, I think it is best in this game to focus exclusively on one of the on either armor class or evasion, and let the other just kind of come naturally as it may. That said, I do need to... Okay. Once stealth hits 10, I'm going to turn on armor for a few levels, just because we want to get it up to 4 so that our leather armor doesn't get in the way. I don't know that we're going to go beyond leather armor. Okay, so... Actually, Dagger of Venom is probably best. Plus 2 Dagger of Venom. Yeah, that's definitely best. I guess we were just fighting Hydra, and gosh. Been a minute since I've played this game. I feel like if we're on the staircase, and we have our Dagger of Venom, we should be able to, yeah, just kind of, is this better? Yes, this is better. Okay. That was a little, we kind of brute forced that, but I didn't really want to kite with a bunch of needles. Teleport trap? Okay. We've only had to use, we've only made one just super stupid mistake. I just, for no reason whatsoever, put on an amulet of stasis while I was charging a teleport, while I was experimenting, like when I was IDing scrolls, and it contaminated us, and we got mutated with a frail mutation, a minus 10% health. So we had to drink a potion of cure mutation, which is fine because we had 2. If I'd only had 1, I would have stuck with it. And then we drank a potion of beneficial mutation, which made us somewhat resistant to further mutation, which is excellent. In case we don't find a source of resist mutation, like an amulet or some kind of artifact, we do have some defense against it. I want to say it's just like 33% reduction, but that's still very significant, especially early on. I mean, before you get to... By the time you get to Orbs of Fire, you need a legit source. But okay, so here's where we establish our stash real quick. This is the closest staircase. Okay. So let's drop some stuff. Cure mutation, restore abilities, cancellation. I think we can drop for now. Scroll of Identify? No, we don't. Okay. Scrolls. Scrolls of Enchant Weapon can go. Recharging. Amnesia. And Enchant Armor. Okay. Here, I think for now it's fine to drop the leather armor poison resistance. We will definitely, we definitely want access to it from the lair so that if we find the snake pit / spider's nest, we can throw it on and at least have a chance of surviving them. Not a good chance. The snake pit would be better for us than the spider's nest. Spider's nest is very difficult as an invasion character. Spiders in general are super dangerous. Because they're fast, so they can outrun you, you can't kite them. They poison you, so you take damage over time, and they have lots of hits. Like with evasion, you take more damage per hit, so when I can't think of a good way to explain it, except that evasion characters take more damage from enemies that hit a lot of times in rapid succession than they do from things that deal a lot of damage but only hit once every 1.5 turns or something like that. Spiders are more dangerous to us than hill giants. Roughly. Okay. Here we can drop this Book of the Warp, I think. Although we could go ahead and memorize Gels Gravitas. Gosh, but that's hexes and translocation. Maybe we just want phase shift? Maybe we want to forget Force Lance and instead use Gels Gravitas? Oh, right. This is not a localized... You can't target a square, you have to target an enemy with this. Which is not great for when things are right next to you. So I think we do want Force Lance over Gels Gravitas. So we won't memorize that yet. We will memorize Phase Shift. It's a bit loud, huh? I guess if we're in combat, that's fine. Okay. Alright. Again, it's going to take quite a while for that to tick up, but we should be fine. Other things we can drop. I like our wands, except for polymorph. Not a big fan of polymorph. I just rarely have found that it doesn't drop you into a worse situation than the one you were in before. Don't need stones. Don't care about stones. What else do we want to get rid of? Maybe we can get rid of Dagger of Electrocution. Maybe we can also get rid of... The short bow, I don't intend on using it to deal damage, but just having an activatable point, I think, is important enough to use an inventory slot on it. I feel like that has to be true. Which must be true. Okay. Stitch Ring of Intelligence, Ring of Protection from Magic, Ring of Protection from Fire, Ring of Teleport Control. Basically all of the rings we're not wearing. Actually, that's nice. It means I decided on wearing the right combination of rings if we want to keep these on. Stealth and Slave. How close are we to casting these spells? Not particularly. Not enough that I think... Well, actually, we can test that out. Yeah, okay, so 3 more intelligence isn't going to help us significantly enough to be worth wearing the ring, I think. Okay. I think we're solid. We ride. Waka. Ooh, yay, blink scroll. I really like having 2 blink scrolls. It's a lot more anxiety reducing than a single blink scroll. I would say more than twice as much. Let's take these on outside of the hearing range of the Steam Dragon and the other mice. Poison works really well against small critters because they don't have a lot of hit points, so as soon as you get them poisoned, it rapidly drains their reserves of strength. Because I believe that poison is not percent health based, it's just a static amount. Pretty sure. Torment, of course, is percent health based. I think that might be the only effect. Yeah! Stabity! Stabbing is a very satisfying method of doing things. Okay, Black Mamba is somewhat concerning. Oh, hey, thanks, Aloya. I appreciate it. And welcome back. I saw you this morning, and I'm glad you decided to tune in again. It's pretty neat. Let's try blowing up the Black Mamba. Not really. Okay. Dagger of Venom is not our best bet. Okay, well, we've got some blink scrolls. Maybe we should try out. It's still at 43%. That's not great. Oh, okay. I don't know why it's confused, but I'm glad it is. Maybe if we evoke the Wand of Confusion. Gosh. Let's teleport. I feel like we can survive a teleport all right. Oh. Well. Didn't need the teleport after all. Hey, that's great. I'm glad you're a crawl enthusiast. Have you been playing long? Is this a new passion or an old love? I'm always curious to hear people's crawl stories. Dr. X, I think your first win was sometime this spring, wasn't it? Okay, stealth is level 10. I think we can turn that off in favor of armor for just a little while. Short blades, we want to. 4.16. Cool. All right. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy the game. It's fantastic. Even if I get a little bit overwhelmed, I think that the .16 tournament took a little bit out of me. That night, I really have been incredibly busy the past few months. The game just is always fresh. It's whoa, yikes! Lots of sheep. The developers do a fantastic job of adding new content and revising old content and just making it feel like a new game all the time. Especially since, there are a really absurd number of combinations. Oh, cool. Well, good luck. Good luck with the kobold. I really like kobolds. I think they're cool. yeah, the tourney, it was really interesting. It was kind of fun. I feel like that's the kind of thing that I would really want to do if I didn't have a job that I had to go to, and I really could just like play for 100 hours straight or something. It's okay, Adjurcot, or Adjurcult. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Um, it it took me like 4 years before my first win. I started playing like 2009, and I didn't get my first win until maybe it was last year. Maybe it was the year before, 2013 or 2014. Um, yeah, there is sometimes a moment where you just everything clicks and you just get your first win, and that's awesome. Um, but yeah, 15 rune wins are really fun. They're very satisfying. Um, 11 runes, I would guess you had either Hell or the Pandemonium runes left. Some of the Pandemonium runes. Yay, didn't know those things were cool. Getting rid of a Fire Drake. Okay, Griffin, kind of dangerous. So we did draw the Snake Pit, which is good. Um, I think it's easier. Ah, yeah, Tartarus. Yeah. Oh, Death Drake. Cursed Death Drakes. Yeah, the Hells are... Gosh. Ooh, a Nemelex run. Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. I haven't played with Nemelex since they reworked the card system. I don't know if it was 0.16 or earlier than that. Maybe it was 0.15 or 0.14. They made it a lot more consistent, and I really am excited to try it out at some point. One of Lightning. Let's put these guys back. Oh, shaft cards. That's smart. I like it. I mean, if it exists in the game, I don't think there is such a thing as cheese in this game. I think that if it's not a stated bug like the even if it is a stated bug, if it's in the game, it's fair game. This is a hard game, and whatever it is that you do to win is totally legitimate. Short of, hacking the source code or something. You do what you gotta do. You gots to do what you gots to do. Let's get away from the yaks. But yeah, welcome to the stream. A couple of new viewers. Patrick Collins and Leia. It's nice to meet you both. Oh, an Ocklob plant. Ooh, this is where we get to use Dithmenos' Shadow Step ability. There we go. I mean, I think we probably could have snuck up on it, but I didn't particularly want to risk it. Because getting caught halfway through the range of an Ocklob plant is much, much worse than... Yes, I do have the Darkness mutation. That's why we went with Dithmenos. I got the first level of that. I think it's the second mutation that I got. So by the time we reached the temple, we had kind of a game plan in mind, which is to stab all the things. Stab all the rats. A lot of fruits. The fruits of our labor. Which we may need to consume here a bit. I think another Shadow Step is appropriate here. That last Black Mamba was really tough. Ooh, we have a couple of scrolls identified. I want to go ahead and get some of these potions. Yeah, I figured we were due for some of the bad ones. It had been a minute. Actually, I don't think we found any bad ones yet. Potion of Poison's the first one. Yeah, the tomb is a doozy. I mean, if you can do Pandemonium in the Hells, you can do the tomb, depending. It's just a whole different set of challenges. Like mass area of effect damage is extremely dangerous. I mean, if you kill a bunch of greater mummies, I think that's what they're called. The most powerful of the mummies. If you kill a bunch of them at the same time, their death curses will just torment you to death. So torment resistance is very, very useful. I would say you definitely need all 3 pips of negative energy resistance. That's a must-have. If you can find a source of torment resistance, great. Otherwise, you know, kite a lot. And kiting, yeah, greater mummies, yeah. Greater mummies, they're so brutal. Yeah, oh dear, whoa, okay. Got distracted and tried to run through water with an 8-headed Hydra beating on us. Okay, let's pause. Let's take a step back. This is almost definitely a blink scroll situation. Yeah, I think we have to. We just got ourselves into a very bad spot there. I was not playing diligently. Okay. Alright. So now we're in a much better situation. Let's see. Here we go. Stare dancing with haste, silence, darkness, and killing stuff with rods similar. That seems like a good plan. That should work pretty well. Yeah, it's still going to be tough, but I believe in you. You can do it. Okay, so I got the thing confused. We have one. Let's see. We could drink a potion of agility. That seems good. Agile all of a sudden. Can we stab it to death? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Ooh, I should have switched weapons too, but that's all right. Shouldn't be too bad. All right. Oh hey, another blink scroll. Okay. Rewarded for our folly. Yes, starving. Oh, that's right, there are a bunch of yaks down here. Well, let's just pull a couple of those up with us. I'm sure that one of these will... Yeah. Feed me. Feed me, Seymour. Okay, rats. Rats. Took a couple of hits there from Stare Dancing, but I just didn't... I knew I could beat those 3. I didn't know if I could beat those 3 plus something just wandering up and eating us. Humph. Antennae are nice. I like them. I think in this case I'm glad that we have them rather than horns. Not 100% certain. I mean, if you're a monstrous demon spawn, Antennae is kind of a slap in the face, because, like, well, taking up another armor slot and not giving you any damage when you're geared around damage. We should be okay. Oh, golly gracious. Oh, well, we have on an amulet of warding, right? Okay. That helps a lot. Um, Summoning traps are pretty brutal. Or shadow traps, rather. Yeah, we do need to get out of there. There we go. Alright. Ow! Spiny frogs are just the worst. Let's just hop upstairs, shall we? It's not like we were getting any experience anyway. Eat this beef jerky. Okay, let's try it again. Alright. I wonder if they've timed out. I wonder if they do time out. I would assume so. You fall through a shaft for 2 floors. Oh no, shafted. Oh, and death yaks and hydra. How many heads is the hydra? 7-headed hydra. Yeah, February sounds about right. Yeah, congratulations again. That was really cool. Okay, so this particular situation is incredibly dangerous. I don't like being here. That shaft was pretty unfortunate. So I think the best bet here is to shadow step next to Death Yak, this back Death Yak. That will, I think, guarantee that we land here or here. I don't think you can shadow step to a tile that you cannot see. Not certain on that. We may end up in one of these. But ideally, we end up in one of these 2 spots. Better than warping to this guy and ending up in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is just 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So regardless, this one is a better target because we have 4 dead spaces versus 5. Dead spaces being ones where I don't have to take a step in order to stab the other one. Likely there are more Death Yaks back here, but we are probably going to have to burn a consumable in this situation anyway. I don't want to use a teleport scroll because we're on layer 6. Everything here is going to be too strong for us, so landing anywhere with monsters is going to be bad, potentially worse than this, and then we're down a consumable. I anticipate we'll probably use an invisibility potion at some point, but at the very least with shadow stepping here, it reveals a little more of the map without exposing us to too much danger. We're putting ourselves next to a Death Yak, which is pretty darn dangerous. But, they'll be asleep. We will have another round, probably, before we get into too much trouble. An alternative would be to go to the Hydra instead, since it's probably more dangerous to us. But I don't want to deal with this Black Mamba. I want to get out of its vision radius. The ideal spot, I think, is here, because then we're close to out of the line of sight of the Hydra. So, let's try it. Yeah. Alright, so we did, in fact, end up in a dead space. Fortunately, we were stealthy enough to avoid detection. Okay, good. Alright. I think I will let Sleeping Hydras lie here, and okay, good. We have a staircase now. That is important. These guys could potentially hurt a lot, but we did okay. Let's explore a little bit around this staircase, and let's just pop down it so we can see if we can kill off these things. Okay, excellent. Alright, good. So now we know we're relatively safe. Ooh, good. Here we go. Staircase up. I don't usually like diving down um, to ensure an escape route. I mean, it's very useful to do, but I don't like exploring down here like I have done just now. Clearing the immediate strain is much, much safer. But given that we only have this one staircase, okay. Pushing to generation. Goodbye. Bringing up the inventory one slot at a time. An elephant. Let's see if we can. This is going to be a nice chunk of experience. Yeah. 10% of the way to the next level. Awesome. Ah, and our armor skill is at level 4, which is where we wanted it, to match the encumbrance rating of the armor we're wearing, which is leather armor. I don't see any reason to continue training it right now. If we find some incredible artifact armor of a type that isn't leather, I'll consider turning it back on. I'll consider using it, depending on how stealthy we are. Because clearly that's our modus operandi here. Question is, do we want to turn on another skill? I kind of... Do I want to get throwing up to level 6? Probably. Or evocation's more important. Probably not. How good is fighting? How good is stealth? Maybe we do want to turn stealth back on. To the point where we have it maxed even without the stealth ring. And it increases our stabbing damage. Yeah, I think a 5-way split is fine. We're not really in any hurry to get beyond where we are now. We're set kind of throughout the layer. I mean, as you can see, we're in danger here, but we are capable of killing things if we approach it properly. And this is layer 6. It's deeper than I had intended to go. But, you know, shafts. Shafts. And a couple of greatswords so far. That's pretty interesting. Not useful, but interesting. Yeah, I bet we sent some monster nearby. Ah, gosh. I was hoping we could get to it. I really should have shadow stepped there, actually, now that I think about it. So let's go ahead and use another invisibility potion. I feel like... Ooh. Still have to be incredibly careful. I think we can do it, though. Yeah, okay. It's a pizza. Oh, I ate a meat ration? Misclick. Lag. Ooh, why did I do that? That's a terrible idea. I don't want anything to do with these bees. Let's read a scroll of summoning. And, get out of here. We found a staircase up yet? No? No, we just blundered into a nest of bees without thinking of the consequences of our actions. Sounds about right. At this point, we're just running willy-nilly. Ah, there we go. Okay. So on layer 6, they're BBs. That was poor play on my part. I apologize. No reason to run into that situation. Like, of course we're not going to be able to stay stealth with 15 plus Bs. We don't have a convenient means of killing them all. We should have just walked away. And we could have. We were just dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Yaks, on the other hand. I can handle yaks. Oh, I want the dagger of venom. And cool. Throwing is okay. I've warmed up a lot to throwing, especially since they introduced javelins. Javelins are pretty solid. Actually, maybe there have always been javelins. Tomahawks, that's what they introduced. Yeah, there didn't used to be tomahawks. There used to just be, like, darts. Sucked. Very glad we got rid of darts. Okay, 7-headed Hydra. Let's just Shadow Step and kill it. No use trying to sneak up on it. Let's just avoid that whole situation. And while I'm at it, just exclude the area so we don't. Okay, so we very nearly have returned to the floor that we were on before we got shafted. Huzzah! Okay. Feel much better about things now. Let's go back to our stash. Set a waypoint too, because some control. No, control W. Yeah. Let's set it to waypoint 2. Since we're on layer 2. Control W allows you to set a waypoint at your location, which is awesome because you can use Shift G to fast travel to places. And you can just hit the number 2 or 1 or whatever you set it to, and it'll take you right back there. So when you create a stash, you don't have to find it every time. Shift G is also useful for just going to a level. If we want to go to level... I was going to say level 4, but I have my 4 key bound to something else. So... go look. All the staircases right here. It's right here for our convenience. Okie dokie. Alright, I think we can kill those Death Yaks. Not from that angle, but let's approach like this. So I think... yeah. I don't know why it feels like me personally being quiet while I'm sneaking up on things will make it any easier, but it's instinctual, I suppose. Ooh, that's actually really useful. Teleport traps are a fantastic escape. You can just step into it, get teleported somewhere else, and you're gone. Assuming you survive that step. Yeah, I've been really worried about Hydras, but we've been faring reasonably well against them so far. A rod? That might be a reason to train evocations again. Gosh, I hate spiny frogs. Spiny frogs. Okay, how... 17% failure rate for Shadow Form? I think that's acceptable. 1 in 5 chance, almost. Let's get another couple levels. I want that to be a reliable escape button. And I don't consider anything with above a 10% failure chance to be reliable. Yeah, I think these skills are still fine. What kind of rod? Rod of clouds. Okay. That's fine, I suppose. I also have been really underusing our needles and throwing apparatus. Apparati? I don't know what the plural of apparatus is. I don't know if that's a Latin root or not. Sense a monster nearby. Well, it slithered out of view. As did the crocodile. I do like playing stabbers with the faster races, like Spriggans. I think... Are kobolds faster? It might just be naturally stealthy. Scrolls of Torment. Unless you have Torment resistance, I think that they're more trouble than they're worth. That's right, there are bees! So many bees. Okay, let's consider this. We want to get rid of the bees. What's the best way to get rid of the bees? Going invisible, definitely. Probably, I mean, the Dithmenos invisibility, turning into a shadow. So that makes us immune to poison, which is a big problem. It halves our incoming damage, which should be significant. We do a lot less damage, but I don't think we have to do a lot of damage to these things. Are we even allowed to use the Rod of Clouds? No, we're not. Okay. So my idea was to make a cloud here and just have the bees have to fly through it and sort of stab them as they came. As it is, I think we're going to keep our hands off. I really don't think that fighting the bees is the right choice. When we can drop this Rod of Clouds and this Wand of Fireball, which we cannot use. Alright, okay. Alright, so what about the rest of the level? Let's go down here. Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly, if you get punished for using it at all. Hey, Genja, good to see you. I have been fantastic. Thank you for asking. Life has been excellent, just insanely busy, which is why I have not streamed until now. But oh, I guess we drew the swamp. That's cool. That's nice. I like the swamp. Might be a little tricky with this particular build, but probably better than the shoals. Almost definitely better than the shoals. Oh, it is just if you get flaming. Okay. Yeah, I'd still rather not risk it, given that that would probably remove our shadow form. Interesting. Okay. Well, that is good to know for emergencies. How about yourself? How's life been? Well, good, I hope, rather. Okay. Cool. Oh, yikes. One survived. Antennae are nice for underwater monsters. They give us a better sense of where they're at. Okie dokie. Yes, I don't quite want to go there yet. Especially don't want to go there with a bunch of bees waiting for me outside. Ugh. Let's just explore the rest of the layer. Let's put exclusion over here. Alright. Yak. So I'll run into a bunch of yaks. We can handle yaks. No need for hubris. Almost gotten us killed a couple of times. Not a big fan. Which one is furthest away from the bees? I guess this one? Let's wield our anti-poison resistant dagger. Ooh, yikes. Elephants. These I definitely do want venom. Let's see if we can't soften them up a bit first. Yeah, okay. I feel like we're reasonably strong against elephants. Not that many elephants. That's a lot of elephants. Oh, the fabled pandemonium pizza. Hey, yeah, progress is progress. Good job sticking to it. I know it's a sludge. Trudge. Maybe a sludge, I don't know. It's a long process, but it's definitely worth it. Oh yeah, let's try on this jewelry that we're carting around with us. Oh, a cursed ring of loudness. Oh, cool. I hope they turn out well. Projects are always fun. All right, let's amulet of resist corrosion. That's good. A ring of wizardry. Ooh. Huh. Close. Close to castable wizardry. That's actually good to know. Well, let us remove a curse. Drop this ring of loudness. So we clearly don't need that. Okay, so we are uncannily stealthy even without a ring of stealth. That would be awesome. It even sounds cool. The calibration station. That's pretty sweet. I like it. I'd love to see the final results of that. I like warding, I guess. I mean, there's some corrosion in the layer, but I'm more afraid of shadow traps than I am of being surprised by something that will corrode us. I think we're okay there. Oh, sorry. I think no reason not to wear the Ring of Stealth. Oh, this was the elephant staircase, and we just got trampled off of it. Okay. Thought I was moving to the other one, but I moved back to the original. Curses. Okay, what can we evoke here? We could try lightning. That was not great. Let's get to at least one of them is hitting us when we experiment. Spot. Teleportation doesn't strike me as great, because we could wind up in a bunch of bees. We could drink our last invisibility potion, we could drink our one of our might potions. Or agility. We probably don't even need to fight right here. Violence is not the answer. except that all of our up staircases are over here. Okay. We could kind of loop back around. That seems a little loose. Hmm. I feel like might potions aren't going to be too useful for us in the long run. So maybe using one of those here is appropriate. I only want 2 of them hitting me at once, if I can at all help it. Okay. Alright. That's fine. That went okay. Okay. No, we did not start with a book. We were a wanderer. We didn't start with any spells. I have in my stash a Book of the Warp. Oh, I didn't want to go to it. From which we memorized Force Lance and Phase Shift. Yeah, we just came across it on like Dungeon 8 or something. I do kind of like the Warper. I haven't been super enthused about it yet. I haven't gotten really into one since they revamped Translocations and made it awesome. One of the best schools, if not the best. I think that Singularity, the level 9 Translocation spell is close to, if not on par with, Firestorm. And you all have heard me rant about Firestorm enough to know that me saying that was a really big deal. Of course, the correct choice is Firestorm on top of Singularity. There is no such thing as overkill. There is only appropriate amounts of kill. Ooh, that was a little sketch. Should not have run into that situation. Sheep are not something that scare me all that much, though. We are easily resisting. Why is that? We don't have any MR. I guess we just got lucky. Maybe it's a hit dice thing. Maybe it's just based on our level. And we are a reasonably high level, I suppose, for this point in the game. I mean, not absurd, but yeah, sorry about that. Scrolls recharging, that's cool, I guess. I like that they made Scrolls of Identify a more valuable resource, I guess. But it's also kind of rough. That they changed wands is what I'm referring to. Ah, the slime pits and good old Jiva, the blob god. I've tried many times to do a Jiva rush with like a troll, just dive all the way down the layer and get and worship Jaiba, and then just mutate your way to victory. But it's pretty tough to get to layer, I guess it's 6 through, maybe it's 6 through 8, it might just be 6 or 7 that it appears on. Yeah, I really am sorry that I haven't streamed for so long. I missed you guys. Very cool. Very cool people. Um, but yeah, I'm now settled in for probably forever. I bought a house, and that is where I am now. So I will not be moving from here again for the next, ideally, ever. Oh, we're starving. That could be a problem here. Cool. Okie dokie. We're already fast friends, Aloya. Don't you worry. Okay, layer 8, really? We've made it all the way to layer 8. Aww. Aww. Do I want to do some of layer 8? I kinda do. I don't have a source of poison resistance, aside from the leather armor that we have back in our stash, and I'd really rather not have to switch to that. I mean, what is it, +3 strength, +5 dex is really strong right now. I feel like that's a good chunk of why we have not died. um, I could use a shield. I keep saying that. I could just go buy the buckler in the store, and that would at least allow me to start training shields, as opposed to Stell? I don't care that much. Let's poke our heads into layer 8 here. It's ambitious, but I think at least the sort of incidental stuff we should be able to take out. And having antennae is pretty nice as a stabber. Level 3 is going to be even better. I mean, I'm slightly sad that we're a monstrous demon spawn with only 2 out of 3 offensive mutations, but okay. Berserk on the X. Not actually Berserk, just, playing a little loose. It's okay to. I think we're all right. One of draining, that's acceptable. Could be nice to have. Didn't get a very good stab there, but that's fine. That would be a cool stat. Book of Party Tricks. I think this is an awesome book. Yeah, this is an awesome book. Oh, I forgot invisibility was a hex. I could learn hexes. Yeah, we are doing the mutation thing. Welcome, Revak. Good to see you. Um, oh, I appreciate that, Genja. It means a lot. Um, but yeah, and mutation-wise, we have our second level antennae, second level claws, max level talons, um, cold resistance, which I think is going to turn into the icy envelope. Maybe it's the freezing aura. I'm not sure. I don't recall if Monstrous gets rid of your scales and a tier 2 mutation or your scales and your tier 3 mutation. Because I believe that Night Stalker, yeah, Night Stalker is a tier 2 mutation. I could see it either way. And then we also drank a potion of beneficial mutation and got level 1 mutation resistance. So we will probably... Ooh, Javelins of Penetration is actually something we need. Something we were lacking was a penetrating source of damage. We are doing a stabbing build, so the dagger is going to be very useful. Unarmed combat was definitely an option, but once we got the Night Stalker mutation, I figured that a stabby build would be a little more fun. I think probably unarmed combat would have been potentially stronger endgame. The debate that I had with myself was because we're monstrous, we don't get as many armor slots available to us. We have 2 fewer armor slots than a regular demon spawn. And so going toe-to-toe with things would be a little more hazardous. I mean, in sort of fair combat. Um, so I think that was the um, that was the trade-off there. But unarmed combat with a monstrous demon spawn is awesome. Very very powerful. Getting, you know, potentially 6, no, 5 attacks per round unhasted. uh, pretty outstanding. How many heads? 7-headed Hydra. Let's just pull up this Hydra. Find another staircase. Oh, nope. Don't want to go to the slime pits. No, thank you. I do have a source of corrosion resistance, but we would get aced pretty fast in slime pits. Backup plan for non-stabbable guys. We have a blowgun and a good stock of darts for kiting. For the undead, we have this +4 dagger. I mean, Pain clearly doesn't do anything. Neither does Venom. But, you know, it's just a strong dagger. And running away, really, is our primary backup plan for non-stabbable guys. That's also the reason why we're following Death Menos, is so that more things are reasonably stabbable, because, like, undead are frequently, you know, asleep, and so they can be stabbed. You can't put them back to sleep, particularly. Yeah, I've had like 10 plus rune characters die in the slime pits. It was very embarrassing. That particular death was. I almost quit after that. I mean, I quit for a while. Almost quit for a while. Not the game. I'd never quit this game. This game's amazing. I think these blink frogs are actually too strong for us. They're definitely too strong for me just going toe-to-toe with them. Oh, this is actually maybe a good place to experiment with shadow form here. Yes, that's right, it was the mummy. Oh. Yeah, that was pretty heartbreaking. Oh, cool! Our graphic turns into a shadow. Oh, that's so neat. Yeah, I was pretty salty about that one. Okay, so being a shadow is sweet. How long does it last? A good long time. 20 rounds? That's solid. How much were we drained? Not a ton. 0.2. Yeah, it was over so fast. In the blink of an eye. And that just shows, you know, you can play this game for 5, 6 years and have multiple victories and still die to a wall. That's Dungeon Crawl. Okay, how are our spells coming along? Terrible. Oh, that's right, we're drained. So it'll be a little worse. Oh no, it's okay. You know, we have to remember those that have fallen. It was a cool run. I am looking forward to doing another spellcaster. This actually, I didn't anticipate this character getting this far. I created it as just a sort of throwaway to test my stream settings, and kind of worked. The Battlesphere is still good, definitely. And Conjurations is, they added something relatively recently that I thought was really neat. Like a level 7 or 8 spell, somewhere between 6 and 8. Or maybe it's even a level 9 spell. They did something cool with Conjurations. They didn't change it as much as they did Translocations. Translocations is amazing now. Singularity is just so cool. It's incredibly powerful. Again, possibly even as powerful, possibly conceivably more powerful than Firestorm. Don't report me for saying that, because I know it's kind of heresy, but okay. We still have bees on level 6. We shouldn't forget that. Bees! Ah, bees! Ah. Yeah, stab it. Stabby, stab, stab. We have a handful of potions. Potions do we have unidentified? Ooh, we only have. Oh no, we have more scrolls than I thought. The resolution's just weird. Okay. All right. That's fine. Sumnif was on this morning actually. I got to say hi. Um, I don't think. Yeah, they did remove Death Knight. It's a shame. But yeah, Sumnif. I streamed for about an hour this morning, and he stopped by. That seems pretty sweet. Merfolk Death Knight. I can get behind that. Oh, we need to eat. Might as well grab poison needles. No reason not to. Okay, yeah, that's right, we're on layer 8. We do need to be a little cautious here. Just kind of pull these guys away one by one. I mean, we're strong enough to handle ourselves here. I mean, I'm worried about a pack of Death Yaks showing up, of course. That's never a good time. Yes, the chunk mechanics was a brilliant change. Made me very, very happy. Yeah, that was a real pain. Yeah, it was only relevant to ghouls, yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't think about the stabbing things from behind a wall. That seems pretty cool. I like pole arms. I think they're neat. That I think they do a good job of. Ooh, yikes. Okay, well, things noticed me there. Spriggans can be tough. They're super duper fast. I mean, they're faster than we are. They hit rapidly, which is tricky for us as an evasion character. This polar bear might be too strong for us. Oh, no. Poison. Poison doing work. Excellent. Excellent. Flat. Stabbing is really fun. Maybe I should learn some hexes in case we come across a book with Ensorcelled Hibernation. That's a really strong spell for a long time. Basically until Pandemonium in the Hells. Even useful in Zot. Like, pretty outrageous. 7-headed Hydra. Why did I walk into a 7-headed Hydra? That was real dumb. Let's go Shadow. See how that works. Ooh, let's also wield the better dagger here. Okay. Alright, so we are getting drained. Okay. Was it worth it? Demon Tridents are pretty sweet. I'm a little sad. Like, I'm not very sad that they got rid of the racial weapons and armor. Like, it was just too narrow of a mechanic. But I really miss the Demon Tridents. Yeah, Shadow Form. It's a Dithmenos ability. It transforms you into a swirling mass of deluxe shadows. You're invisible, immune to poison, draining, torment, and hostile enchantments, and all incoming damage is halved. It's awesome. Oh, and you bleed smoke on any incoming attack. However, your damage is halved. Your melee damage is halved. Your spell power is massively reduced, and whenever you're hit or whenever you take damage, your skills are further drained. So it's a tricky ability to use, and that's why I'm kind of playing around with it here, because the layer is not. We're not going to die. Yeah, my offense is pretty bad anyway. I'm not sure what to do about that, honestly. I think just continuing to work on stealth, getting to the point where we just can stab everything. Alternatively, finding summoning traps or shadow traps. Gotta love them. Okay. We could probably leave layer 8 for I don't know. Let's read this scroll. Scroll fog. Okay, cool. Oh, and we have another scroll of identify. Who should have been Roja? Yeah, those +9 quick blades are. Any quick blade would be sweet. I'm saving up my scrolls of enchant weapon for them. What was I doing? Oh, right, I was going to look at a potion of inversion, because I'm not sure what it is. Regeneration of health and magic and development. Okay. That's right, it confuses you and rapidly heals you and restores your mana. So, kind of useful, I guess. We had a single level in staves bestowed upon us with our Wanderer kit. So there's always the chance that I'll use a Scroll of Acquisition and wish for a weapon and it'll give us, a quarterstaff. That'd be real sad. Okay, so what do I want to do next? Where should we go? I'm not super enthused about the idea of doing Snake, because I want a better source of poison resistance. I'd really like a Rain. Because I think our armor right now is too good to swap out for just poison resistance. I mean, +3 strength, +5 dex, at this point in the game is stronger than poison resistance. So we could go back out to the dungeon. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. The downside of Orc is that it's just really hard to sneak up on things. The upside of Orc is that a lot of the stuff is really, really weak. And there's a lot of good stair dancing potential. Is there anything in these? I don't think there was. Buckler? Kinda want a buckler. We haven't found one yet. Yeah, like Mephitic Cloud for confusion, or Ensorcelled Hibernation to put things to sleep. Those would be great. Let's just go back to our stash for now. Try to avoid the bees on layer 6. Unsuccessfully. Okay, we were not noticed. Good. Alright. So we've got a Book of Party Tricks now, which gives us some interesting... Summon Butterflies is really good. It's extremely good. Alistair's Intoxication is great for Orc, but there's no way we can cast it. And I don't really want to put levels into either Transmutation or Poison. Apportation is... Yeah, let's memorize Summon Butterflies. Probably the most useful level 1 spell. Except maybe Magic Dart. Sure, we have other things that we can drop. Wands. Guess we kind of have a Wand of Confusion. Yeah, Ignite Poison is pretty sweet, but I would not be able to cast that either. I think it's level 5, 4 or 5. And I didn't start out with very high intelligence. I think we started out with 12 intelligence. Yeah. Scrolls, we can drop some scrolls. I like to save scrolls of recharging for a wand of healing. Yeah, 5. That would be sweet, but without already having progressed in that direction, I don't think that it would be worth the investment at this point. That is pretty sweet. If you get, I mean, Ignite Poison is great because you're guaranteed to get either the Snake Pits or the Spider's Nest, and it's really good in both of those. Not as good as I wanted it to be. It's not like an insta-kill everything. Wow. But it's very good. Just strong AoE damage. Stronger than most other things you have at level 5. What else can we do? I think we're okay. Now, I guess we don't need 2 Wands of Disintegration. Oh yeah, I bet that any of the poison clouds would work well with Ignite Poison. Okay, so let's hold on. So we are uncannily stealthy even without the Ring of Stealth. I think it's okay to get rid of it at this point. I mean, more stealth is always better, but I think that we need the combat stats more at this point. We can get rid of this Amulet of Corrosion. I like warding a lot better right now. Okay, I think that's good. I think yeah, just going for Orc is probably the best choice. That'll give us a shot at some better equipment as well. Not that we will be able to wear a lot of it, but what can you do? Oh, we haven't even finished exploring this level yet. Interesting. Soldier Ant. Lat. So with the Int +5 dagger and the Ring of Wizardry, we have Force Lance and Phase Shift at kind of castable. Oh, and we're still drained. Okay. That's good. The Roar of Battle. That actually should be okay. Let's eat this royal jelly and read a scroll of magic mapping so we can find the Bailey without having to wander around forever. And it's good that we... Oh, no, it's actually pretty close. All right. Well, ugly thing. Okay, good. Couldn't think of a reason why we wouldn't be able to stab an ugly thing to death. Just on the off chance I wanted to try that. Okay. Let's see how we do here. Baileys can be pretty variable in difficulty depending on what your build is. If you can't get across the moat here, you're in kind of a lot of trouble. What am I doing? When are we wielding Dagger of Venom? I think that's fine in this exact circumstance. I believe the Bailey is another very high background noise place. I don't know if it's as loud, or maybe it's loud. I don't know the comparison between this and Orc. Crystal plate armor. Holy moly. That is... Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I've got a couple of light potions. I mean, you can always make the walk around. It's not too terrible. Yeah, I always seem to find crystal plate on stealth runs. Okay, so here. I'm going to want to shadow step anyway, so I might as well do it and get it over with. Ah, shucks. Didn't skewer him stealthily. Now it's time to fly. And just evoke this Wand of Confusion to see if that works. Love it. It's one of my favorite things to do is confuse things and just watch as they throw themselves to their deaths. Okay. 75 gold or so. Well, there may be more treasure in here. Let's see. Whoa! Whoa! Are you kidding? An artifact crystal plate armor. I have to try it on. Are you kidding me? I mean, maybe we just switch our entire build and just do this now, because, wow. If you can't read that, that's the plus 10 crystal plate armor with resist poison, regeneration, resist corrosion, and strength plus 7. That is possibly the most powerful piece of armor I have seen ever. That's ridiculous. Wow. Okay, well, I mean, all right, let's put this in perspective. This armor is amazing, but we're gonna have to get like 20 ranks of armor for it to be really good. We can't stab with it. Completely negates the 11 points we've put into stealth. Yeah, we could switch to Ashen Zari. The problem with Ashen Zari is that we only have a few spots where we can wear cursed stuff. I mean, I guess we're only missing gloves, boots, and helm. We could do everything else. Gosh. That's just so incredibly powerful. Okay, so let's actually think about this. What could we do here? We could, yeah, ditch Menos for Ashen Zari, and just try and get to the point where we can retrain. Yeah, you still get fully bound from not using the trick is like just having the option to enchant more slots, like having more options available for being your cursed items. I don't know, maybe it'll be okay. Yeah, I feel like when something hands you a plus 10 crystal plate armor, you use the plus 10 crystal plate armor. Okay, so we would want to be retraining stealth and translocations into evocations and so stealth, translocations, and short blades into just other stuff. So the Night Stalker mutation is actually still beneficial because it does still reduce our sight radius, which is really nice. I mean, it means we have a smaller range of things that will notice us, regardless of how stealthy we are. So that's cool. I mean, it's balanced by the fact that we can't spot things from as far away, like we won't know things are coming as rapidly. But I think it'll be okay. All right, so here's what we do have to do, though. We can't just throw this on right now and go charging forward, because we will die. Because we won't be able to hit anything, and we don't have another source of power. So, I'm going to switch back to our leather armor. Yeah. I mean, and it's not like we're weak this way. We have 6 armor class, 21 evasion. It's just that 21 or 29 armor class and 6 evasion is better. Plus 2 resistances and regeneration and 7 strength. Like that, it's just, yeah. So, all right. So let's pop out of this Bailey and go worship Ashen-Zari. Let's do it. This will be the first time in a very long time that I've abandoned a god. I rarely do it. Hey, our life force feels restored. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do it. Menos does not appreciate desertion. Yeah, we are pretty high level. So, you know. Oh, really? Oh, well, that's super duper. Shadow Fiends. Well, I mean, if we die, we die. That's fine. I think it's worth the risk. I think that the chances of our winning this game are better wearing that armor than pretty much anything else that we're doing. And I say that in part because we've come this far and we don't have, I mean, we're just not very strong. We're doing okay. Alright, I apologize. It's allergy season here. Alright, and it has been for months. It's been just totally obnoxious. Okay. Okay, so we are still stealthy right now. Not as stealthy, but stealthy enough to do some stabbing. Oh, you know what? We need to buy this buckler. No, that's not the right shot. You need to buy that buckler and curse it. Along with everything else. Since we're definitely going to want shields. Well, I don't know if we'll want shields or not. Maybe we'll go with the two-handed weapon. We'll see. Actually, can we train it with just the buckler in our inventory? Oh, we already have a level limit. We got it from our Wanderer, so that's cool. Alright. So, okay, well, first things first. Let's fix this. with armor and shields. I think we can even turn off invocations? I don't recall Ashnzari having very... I don't think you need a lot of invocations for Ashnzari to be useful. So just armor and shields. And, we haven't found any other artifact weapons yet. I don't know, we can kind of see what we come across as far as weapons goes. I think that short blades are still okay for now. I mean, it's going to be a little bit before we get to retrain, so... And let's eat some pizza. Yeah, we should be able to stab our way for a little while. Moment. Oh, right, and I need cursor things. That was why I wanted to use the shield. Okay, so let's go ahead and start cursing stuff. What is it? We pray over. Yeah. All right. Let's drop a handful. Let's say 5 scrolls of remove curse. I think that's fine. Giving us 4. Oh, neat. It just does 1 per. That's nice. So cursed jewelry. I think I'm okay with keeping warding on. Let's see, armor. For now, this leather armor is fine as well. And I guess we could do the buckler too. That seems good. But we only have the one. Buckler. And well, let's go slaying. And I guess we could curse this hat. I don't know how I feel about cursing our weapon. Seems suspect. I guess we could just switch over to the dagger. I mean the +4 dagger. It at least gives us magic resistance. I don't think we can do that. I don't think we can afford to give up our blowgun option yet. Let's eat this pizza, it's behind me. What else can we curse? I think being moderately bound is probably okay. Yeah, I think that's fine for now. I think that we're frail enough that we can't commit to being fully bound. Sneak, sneak, sneak upon the troll. Steady, 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 steady. Life is very droll. It's my stabbing a troll song. Okay, so as it turns out, we did end up wasting the points that we put into intelligence, because we're not really going to be able to cast anything with let's throw javelin. That seems good. Yeah. La da 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 da. The Orcish Mines will also give us a better idea of what weapon we want to use. I mean, I'm just assuming a one-handed weapon. Doesn't have to be. We could go two-handed. Crystal plate armor is probably strong enough. And actually, in theory, we could cast some basic translocation spells. So, I don't know. I was kind of excited about the idea of casting Singularity again, but that can wait for a caster character. This is a getting our Sea Legs character, and I like taking risks with those. I mean, it's not like I invested a lot of myself into the character creation. Actually, very strong. Cool. And that's with just 5 levels in throwing? It's pretty okay. Oh no! Overwhelmed by the shadows around us. Yeah, we may just end up getting aced by this Dithmenos. Yeah, an awesome Longblade would be nice. I would not turn my nose up at that. It's been a while since I've used swords. There's some, forget what it is. Is it the Bastard Sword? The biggest one-handed blade is pretty stout. Also, we have higher dexterity than strength, I think. Okay. Menos weaves some really tough monsters from the shadows. Yikes. Well, we do have our Amulet of Warding. That's good. Let's rediscover with teleportation. Hope we don't immediately die. Stab the sheep, I guess, a few times. The real monster. Okay. Alright. Onward. Ghost! A hungry ghost! Tears the shadows away from you. Well, now is not a bad time to get a Sentinel's Mark. Oh, and we can use flaming objects again. This combat is not going well. Not like damaging it at all. Okay. And just kind of fade away. Sure. Oh, hey, why the God Swap? Because of this. The +10 crystal plate armor with resist poison, regeneration, resist corrosion, and strength +7. Yeah. we're just changing the entire course of this character. We're going Ashen Zari, we're going to retrain all our stealth stuff into armor and shields, and we're just going to go Juggernaut. Like, I was kind of hoping to avoid that, because that's... I mean, I've had a lot of wins with just super beefy characters, but I would be mad with myself the entire rest of this run if I didn't use that armor. So, we're going to. Okay. We basically have this. Oh, yeah. Orcish Mines seems like a good place to go. I'm pretty sure that we can survive a lot of punishment down here. I should probably be wielding Venom. Yeah, Venom seems fine. Okay. Corpses, corpses, we've got the corpses. Gosh, I'm gonna have to eat something soon. Hey, Stanley. How are you? Doing well, I hope? Okay. Down we go. A wave of frost. Hey! That's right, Ashlenzari lets us know where these things are. That's nice and close. We are resistant to cold. We can consider it. No. Stop hurting me. Just go up here where we can get him. Whoa. He's hurting me a lot. Good. Okay. Yikes. That was kind of bad. Very incautious on my part. Yeah, man, this armor. I'm so excited about this armor. Like, this armor means we can do slime hits way sooner than we otherwise would be able to. Because usually an amulet of resist corrosion is not worth the slot. Like, whatever amulet you have is good and necessary. I mean, warding isn't great for us in the slime pits, particularly, but like resist mutation is really important there. Um, okay, can we stab all these ice beasts? I feel like if we can stab all these ice beasts, we'll be in pretty good shape to do the. Gosh, and the fumble fingers. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be fine in there. Ooh, we can turn on our fighting as well. That's what we want to do. Okay. Maybe in here we'll find a sweet weapon with. This could be tricky. What am I wielding? I probably want this. Mutations. We have antennae at level 2, claws at level 2, talons at level 3, cold resistance, which will turn into either freezing envelope or passive freeze. I don't know which. It depends on whether Monstrous removes these both tier 2 mutations or one tier 2 and one tier 3 mutation. I don't recall. I think that it's the tier 3, which is passive freeze. I want to say if that's the case, but I don't know for sure. Okay, so I think we can just kind of stab stab these things down. I don't think they can really hurt us all that much. I'm pretty sure that we're above the necessary level for an ice cavern. So what else? I guess ice dragons would be the worst thing that we'll encounter. Okay. Can we disintegrate? Unaffected. Okay. Never mind. I kind of want to just quaff a potion of might. I don't know that there's going to be a good way to destroy these things otherwise. Do I go back in or not? I have enough potions of heal wounds. I'd rather potentially have to use one of those. Ow! What was that? Shard of ice? Okay, well, let's go ahead and use potion of heal wounds. Yeah, shards of ice will do a lot of damage. We were a wanderer to start with. We started with a +2 dagger and a quarterstaff and a potion of haste and some ring mail. I think that was it. I mean, food or whatever. Okay. May not be cut out for this. I don't know. We'll see. I think we're probably okay. Ooh, a buckler of cold resistance. That's cool. Hat of cold resistance is not going to be useful for much longer. I think I do want to put on the buckler immediately. Do I care about putting on the hat? I don't know that I really want to waste another scroll. Recursing the other hat just for the rest of this layer. Especially since we have the buckler. Yeah, let's just do buckler. Okay. Okay, cool. So we have any bonuses to our skills yet? No. I guess we don't have a lot of piety built up at this point. Did we get a scroll of curse weapon? Yeah, let's go ahead and yeah, alright. I don't think that we're gonna need venom all that much now. Maybe, I don't know. I want to get up to the point where we can start retraining our skills. What do I want to do about this? I can't avoid them entirely. They'll still be in line of sight here. So I don't think I could go around. I don't know what's up there even. So I guess. Oh no. Okay. All right. We'll fight this guy at least. Who is very resistant to our damage, but I think we're pretty much safe from his damage as well. Our offense is pretty bad. Yeah, this guy might be hard. We definitely cannot fight him and something else. How are we gonna do this? Invisibility? Invisibility seems good. Ow. Looking for a moment. That's a lot of blue devils. Don't have another source of invisibility. How many rounds do I think I have left? Not enough to stab all of them. Let's get out of there. Yeah. Huh, that was the right choice. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, good. We faded. Alright, okay. Ugh. Yikes. Okay, so we have a bunch of devils over there. How are we gonna deal with them? Berserk Rage is an option. Let's burn a scroll of magic mapping here. I just want to know what else is available to us. So we can come around this way, I guess. Probably more things up there. Try confusion. Haste is also decent. Cast some spells. Phase shift. That seems good. Let's try casting Force Lance. Alright. That's actually a reasonable way to do it. Knock him away and throw a javelin at him. I'm okay with it. Oh, I don't want to be using javelins of penetration, though. I want to be using silver javelins. That'll be much better. Come here. Maybe just throwing javelins at him, rather than worrying about... Oh, since he's over there... I still appears confused. Excellent. That gives us a decent shot of... Yes. Okay, cool. Alright, so... Resist fire plus, strength plus 3, stealth plus. Awesome. Deal. I'll take it. Forget wizardry. We can even... Yeah, there we go. Cool. Centaur Barding, that's kind of a wash. Guess we'll take this Demon Trident to freezing. There's no good reason not to. Okay, alright, so that was a success. I mean, we came out of that with an extra pip of resist cold and an extra pip of resist fire and 3 extra strength. The stealth is going to be largely irrelevant once we get that armor going. But resist fire and strength plus 3 is a good ring for quite some time. Cool. Oh, can't auto travel out of here. Let's just trudge our way through. Oh, hi. Alright. Ah! Okay. Whew, that was scary. Menos is mean. And we're back in order. I wonder if... Let's go grab those gloves and throw them on. I mean, it's not great, but I just really want to be fully bound. Cool. Fully bound. Yay. Let's drop our curse-related scrolls in a different pile from our non-curse-related scrolls. Okay. I think we can drop off this bow. I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of... Yeah, drop that off. I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of weapon switching. So I think it's okay to drop all of this stuff, just free up a lot of our inventory. And we should drop the crystal plate armor for now. I mean, it's insane and awesome, but we're not even close to using it yet. I mean, the nice thing is, it's like the Greenland iceberg. Once we're wearing it, it'll help us keep wearing it. Because of that +7 strength. But we need a lot of armor first. Yeah. Okay. Alright. And drop off Potion of Mutation. I don't just throw away Potions of Mutation because sometimes you can get into a really good position to do mutation roulette. Like if you find a wizard laboratory and it's the mutagenic lab, I forget which wizard it is, but you can get like 20 potions of mutation from there, and you can just drink them until you end up with a good set of mutations. I mean, it's really fun. What is this? Scroll of Holy Word. Ow. Painful. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I think I think I may go ahead and end the stream here. I guess it's been like it's been a good 2.5 hours. I feel like that's a good session. But my voice is starting to go a little bit, and I'm kind of tired. I babysat my niece earlier today. She's 3, so that's a handful. Um, Actually, it wasn't really a babysit. Like, there were other people there. It wasn't just me. But we went to Chick-fil-A, and she played in the play things. She's adorable. Absolutely adorable. And has way more energy than I do. Okay, so my thoughts on this character so far before I sign off. I think that we are taking kind of a gamble with this armor plan, but I think it's going to pay off. I think we did it early enough to, by the time we really need to have that armor, we'll be able to use it. I like the tankier builds anyway. They just seem lower variance. The stabby is fun, but there are just so many circumstances in which, everything on the entire level is awake, and they're all demons, so you can't artificially put them to sleep, and so you have to, burn resources in order to. I mean, it's just kind of a hassle. So we can drop these needles as well. Plus, our blowgun is going to drop off in effectiveness eventually. I don't think we ended up with the right toolkit to be a very effective stabber. I think we needed some more support spells. And I mean, if we haven't found them by now, yeah, Genja, I totally agree. You're just really underpowered eventually. Like this stabbing is great, sure. You can one shot anything, hooray! But it's so situational. I mean, there's some whole dungeon levels where you just can't stab anything. There are certain monsters that you can't stab. I much prefer the very defensive builds, which is what we'll end up going for. It's kind of nice. We already have 11 levels in dodging, so we'll get that. I mean, as you saw when I put on the armor, we still have 6 evasion, even with Crystal Plate, which is not bad. I mean, anything over 5 really is very acceptable, considering that we're reducing incoming damage taken by a minimum of 15. And a maximum of 29, and that was even before we started training armor. So it's going to be we're going to be reducing incoming damage by about 20 points, guaranteed, and potentially up to 40. So basically, physical damage incoming is going to be fine. We're not quite as well off as a non-monstrous demon spawn, because that would give us the chance of getting 2 separate resistance mutations, which would be really cool, like getting a cold and a fire. But that would just be awesome. I mean, free pips of resistance are very, very nice. That being said, we still get a pip of cold resistance, so we don't have any vulnerabilities. So I think that's really solid. Clearly, a lot of our equipment needs an upgrade, and we will have to find a weapon. I think that if we go swords, we can go sword and board. Maces is another option for that. Getting a good Evening Star is really nice. That's a very strong combo, Evening Star and Shield. But yeah, I like this character. I think for for what was initially a throwaway character, we're doing all right. I anticipate being able to win should we not get really unlucky or incautious through the vaults. I think the vaults are going to be a big challenge, because that's going to be about where we start getting our retraining. Maybe we might be able to wear that armor by that point, but we won't have a very good damage output. So yeah. gonna be interesting. But I like the path we've taken because I don't have a great deal of experience with switching gods. I generally just find myself picking one that I want to worship for the entire rest of the game, just sticking to it. Um, Either that, or I plan to abandon them much later, like abandoning Sith Muna after you have all the spells you need, or Vehemet, and I just never get around to it, or I die. So it's nice for that reason. It's good to play with some god punishments. I find that while these specific punishments vary in nature, the general feeling of being punished is more or less the same across the pantheon. I mean, some deities are slightly worse than others, but it seems like it's mostly just occasionally you get paralyzed or put to sleep or slowed or whatever. Occasionally a bunch of monsters are summoned on top of you, and sometimes your stats are drained. Like it's just various stuff to make the game slightly harder, but we should be fine in the long run. Probably have to abandon our translocations magic. Although I'm hoping, I'm kind of holding out hope that with 8 levels in translocations and the points we've dropped into intelligence, we will be able to cast Blink while wearing crystal plate armor. That's living the dream. I'm not too hopeful. I think we would need a source of wizardry probably for a level 2 spell. But we'll still be able to cast Summon Butterflies, which is awesome. Summon Butterflies is super sweet. Excellent utility spell. And yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. So thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. It's really makes me feel really great. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I get Magic School bonus. Yeah, so I'll be able to cast level 2 spells. Eventually, I'll probably want to switch away from Ashen Zarya as well, once I get everything retrained. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I was just saying, it makes me feel really great that, the first time I stream after 6 months of being absent, I get a lot of old faces and some new faces, and, I mean, I think at one point we're up to 11 or 12 viewers. So, thanks. It's no. It won't be another. Like now that I've got this set up, I should be streaming at least weekly. Probably on Mondays I will stream, and possibly Thursdays, possibly Tuesdays for a little while. I don't know. Definitely on Mondays I'll be streaming. So it's good to be back, and I may at some point branch out into some other games. We'll see. That'll be a little while from now, though. I definitely want to get a few good long crawl games in before I branch out at all. And I'll pull you guys. Sword of the Stars, The Pit, is one that I've been wanting to play for a long time, and I can now that I have a good setup with a mouse rather than just using a keyboard only thing. So maybe I'll try that at some point. I've heard that's also brutally difficult, and I like that. So hope everyone has a good evening or morning or night or day or whatever it is, wherever you are. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.